today. Really have some great information I want to share with everybody. Today, I want to really focus on going back into the past to really build a better future. What do I mean by that? Well, there's a combination of opportunities, basically, that most people are focused on getting new connections, making new conversations, and they get into, sorry about that, they get into basically a situation where they forget what they have done and who they've done it with, and basically uh, have a huge resource to tap into. I'll give you an example. I'll share my screen. And here's a conversation that I had basically over 2 years ago. And let me share it with you. Okay, I hope you can see this. So anyways, here's a lovely lady I met, Maria Lourdes de Vera. She's one of the top 100 most influential Filipino women on LinkedIn. But what I want to really focus on is the message down here that really shows that we started supporting each other back in July 22nd, 2020. And it's taken all this time and different messages back and forth. And finally, tomorrow, we're going to be talking. Although we've supported each other's posts and, have enjoyed collaborating, it just shows you what a long game it is. And, if I wouldn't have reached out and looked back at who I had conversations with and who there are opportunities to now reconnect, because, at certain points, people are in a different position and it's a different time. And I've always found that when someone says no, it's really not yet. And if you have a good rapport, if you feel aligned with the individual, then the key is to create and share opportunities that there might be some mutual interest. And now you've got a foundation that you've built before that you can gain some dividends from. So, that is really the takeaway of the message today, of looking back into the past in order to build a foundation for the future on relationships that you've had and that relationships you want to grow and build. Basically, in order to do that, you have to then figure out that what you're doing today will one day, tomorrow, give you the dividends you're looking for. And what that means is start connecting and targeting individuals that basically you'd like to do business with, you'd like to have conversations with, you'd like to collaborate with. And, don't presume early on that everything you're about to do is going to earn you a client. It may end up being a collaborator, service, or product provider. You just never know. But the things you do know is who's the person. And the key to LinkedIn branding is really being authentic to yourself, representing what you represent and projecting it and amplifying it through others on LinkedIn. So, the key is to get clear with yourself, figure out what you want to do, who do you want to do it with, and the most important element is really being able to, join forces with people that you would be hoping they would reach out to you. So instead of waiting for something to happen, this gives you an opportunity to make something happen. And while you're building new relationships, you're cultivating old relationships, which means there's more activity. More activity always works in your behalf. LinkedIn's like a down escalator that unless you're building momentum, you're moving down. So the key is how to generate that activity. And the key to that is familiarity, continuing to update. When something's new that might be of interest, that would be a good opportunity in order to share it with people from the past. And people from the past, really, uh, they're always open to people they're familiar with before they'll really deal with strangers. And in essence, when you're going outbound with new people, you're trying to really attract someone who doesn't know you. So you've got to go through that whole phase of really building a foundation of rapport. And to do that on LinkedIn, it's really a matter of providing extra service, uh, extra value adds in order for people to continue to want to work with you. And how do you do that? Well, you find people you want to work with and you reach out to them in a way that supports them, not reaching out to them saying, would you like to do something, but reaching out to them, complimenting them on what they've done. And as you get to know them, now all of a sudden you're going to be building a peer relationship, which means that you've been working together, you get to know each other. When it comes time for a phone call, it's not that challenging. You're a known factor. And also, you've had this time with them to be able to qualify them. It's better to buy some vowels to solve the puzzle than just presume something. Because at the end of the day, it really comes down to targeting and really achieving that target, and then going forward and being able to build value. So when someone does get a chance to talk with you or be with you, you've got something more to offer, and hopefully you exceed their expectation. So you have to think this out, plan this out. This should all be kind of a stair-step opportunity. And really, when you get into the hang of things and your goal is to be of service to others, it's less stressful, it's more fun. You don't have the higher expectation, that you might have had. And also, you're a doer. People respect and admire people who get to the field an hour before everybody else and stay an hour after everybody leaves. You got to really hire yourself for this position. So whatever services you're offering, and if you have time and no one's really taking as much full advantage of it as it is, become your own best client. But do it in a way that you would serve that person, and hopefully, because it's you, you'll serve them better. So anyways, to wrap up, the key to this whole program is really identifying what you have that can be repurposed. And whether that's connections, whether it's relationships, and if you do it in a way that is respectful, and one of the ways you can do that, and here's a good tip. There's a saying, if you want money, ask for advice. And if you want advice, ask for money. So the same thing applies to LinkedIn. Whatever you ask for is probably what you're going to get or not get. Put yourself on the other side and think, what would it take for you to get excited by somebody? And that somebody pretty much acts like you if that's who you're trying to align and attract. So, when you go forward and you're reaching out, giving value, and here's another thing, and that's why I love LinkedIn Live. I've been doing this every day for about 3 weeks. I posted every day for 3 years. And, I think familiarity, builds reputation, builds top of mind awareness, and reaching back and forward gives you the best of both worlds. And I think that's key because, things you put a lot of time, effort, and investment in, why not go back and see what's still relevant and reliable? And like I say, I found some people that have just been incredible since I talked to them last, and their situation changed. And now, the opportunity makes sense. So anyways, thank you so much for coming to today's LinkTank. Hope to see you on Friday at 2 p.m. with Mike Weiss and myself. And we're very open, by the way. Reach out to us on our profiles. Glad to answer any questions. And also, feel free to share this with friends. Thank you very much. Look forward